This is the video podcast series, Ray Charles Genius.
After leaving Atlantic Records in 1959, where he established himself as a major gospel, R&B, and blues artist, Ray Charles signed with ABC Paramount and soon released his first crossover hit, Georgia on My Mind, as well as a superb jazz album for Impulse Records, Genius plus Soul equals Jazz. In February of 1962, much to everyone's surprise, Ray then recorded an album of country western music for ABC.
It's unheard of that an artist would switch genres and go from, like Ray did, from being the genius of soul and the creator of soul music to doing a country album.
Sid Feller had told him, said, Ray, I don't think you should be doing this. This is, And Ray said, well, look, this is the music that I love. This is the stuff I like to do. I'm definitely going to do this.
Sam Clark and the other ABC executives say, look, the people who enjoy this music do not want to hear you sing it. And the people who enjoy your music do not even listen to country music.
For Ray, the genre barriers, the genre boundaries that would apply to certain radio formats or record stores and all that stuff really didn't mean anything to him.
He was running the risk of alienating his already solid group of R&B and now jazz. He'd already recorded jazz at that time too.
He felt strongly. He grew up, he was exposed to country music, he was exposed to gospel, he was exposed to R&B.
He liked the mathematics of it in saying that I'm going to pick up more fans than I'll lose.
He made it work because it was so real for him. And I think for him, there was not much of for Ray Charles, there wasn't a big division between musical styles.
He also had an incredible amount of confidence that he could pull it off. Everyone says, well, Ray Charles did this and he crossed all of these musical genres. Well, it's because he could cross all of those musical genres. I mean, it's a very hard thing to do. If you set out to do it, it's very difficult, which is why a lot of people don't.
What was it he used to say? Country and blues aren't just cousins, they're blood brothers.
I'm always for that. This business of artists listening to all kinds of music. I was riding in the car one day and I was listening to a Jimmy Rogers record. It was recorded in 1931, I think, and it was on the radio. And all of a sudden I hear this trumpet. I said, that's the purest Louis Armstrong I ever heard. Who would be playing with Jimmy Rogers in 1931? It just happened to be Louis Armstrong.
When I woke up this morning, I was sick of,
yes I did.
Lord, I hung my head. But Ray had always kind of leaned toward country and western. He liked the stories that country and western music gave him.
Anything he did was Ray Charles, so it wasn't just country and western, it was Ray Charles's country and western.
I'm afraid and shy. I let my chance go by. Chance that you might love me too.
The RCA people used to come to Newport and they'd bring their country artists. I can't remember the names of everybody, but they loved jazz. And the songs, the changes, particularly the changes of the songs, when Ray would sing, the sun's gonna shine in my backyard someday, that could have been a country song. And that's why he understood that music and could relate to it.
Oh, I think Ray definitely elevated or widened country music with the release of modern sounds of country and western. I think he opened it up. He invited in a whole lot of people, R&B fans, gospel fans, welcome to the world of country, Ray Charles style.
Many country artists believe that Ray Charles was perhaps the most important person in the history of country music, in that he took it to not only other parts of America, but he took it all over the world. to the very end, Ray Charles was always a fan of country music. He believed that he made his best business decision by recording country music, and that really put him over the top.
Volumes 1 and 2 of Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music sold millions of copies, and there were also 4 hit singles from the recordings. Ray Charles's musical integration of soul and country into a popular format resulted in an American music landmark, which helped transform racial boundaries and restraints in music. One of the most brilliant interpretive albums ever released, Modern Sounds did more to integrate modern American music and contribute to the civil rights movement than any other recording in history.
This is Brett Premack, inviting you to join us again for the video podcast series, Ray Charles, Genius.